Are we live? Are we live? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Looks like yeah, I think we are live. Sweet. Sorry, this is my first time doing a live stream. So let's see who's all here today. Take a look at the chat, huh? How's everyone's Sunday going? Here in the States, it's Father's Day. So there's a thing that is going on. 0 people watching so far, but that's totally alright. What's going on with me? Well, ton of studying, of course. Freelance clients, talked about that. In my last video, I talked about this book that I have on databases. It's a manga. It's actually pretty cool. While we're doing this, let me go ahead and shout out to everyone on Facebook that we're doing a live stream here, since no one's here yet. So, just saying, wondering what I've been up to. Check out my live stream, please. Please check out my live stream. So it's summer here. Well, it's summer in most places, and you know, the only thing I want to do is go outside and just play, and that's totally a lie. I'm all about coding all the time, and you know, thank God I'm in this type of work, because that's what I want to do all day, and I don't have to feel guilty about it. I'm building up my skills. I've been doing a lot of React. So if you don't know what React is, it's like a front-end like library made by Facebook that helps abstract away a lot of the JavaScript, so you can just focus on what it's supposed to do rather than how it does it, I guess. I say, I want you to do this, versus, okay, now I need to build the logic. I need to build the model, the MVC, the model, the view, and the component. It's all done like within the view. I can make things. In fact, I think I have like a lesson here. But doing that has been really hard. Let's see. Yeah, here's some components in React. You can see using the class word, but it's all over the place. React is really new. It's like 4 years old, but they're going through like a change through how they do stuff. So trying to find up-to-date content is really hard, but I have had some success with Udemy. With some of these courses that I have here, Modern React with Redux, and Learn and Understand React by, Stephen Greider and Sam, whatever that is. These guys are really good. This guy's an Indian guy, so it takes a while to get used to his accent, but he's still top notch. One of my favorites. I've heard a lot of complaints about like, oh, accents are hard and stuff. Some of the best like online courses I've taken have been from like Indian programmers and stuff. So don't let that deter you. A lot of these Indian programmers are really good. Sorry, I have a drink here in case I get parched. Not sponsored by Sunkist. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Let's take a look. We got one person watching. Now, I've never done this before, so if you have a question, I'm going to try my best to answer it. I just don't know how to do it. Let's see. Let me take a look at the chat here. We're learning together. The program that I'm using for this is called OBS Studio. It wasn't very hard to set up, but for me it was quite all right. What I'm more concerned about is how fast I'm streaming, if this is fast enough like quality, because I kind of have like shitty internet right now. So there's a thing that video output low, YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, such as viewers will experience buffering. That's great. Oh man. Well, I mean, live and learn, right? You got to try this once in a while. I'll probably do this on a faster internet speed. Maybe I'll do it at the Villa, which is a coffee shop, which will be kind of fun. But it's kind of a bummer that this is going so slow, and most of it's because of my internet connection is not fast, which is too bad. We were talking about React. Oh, here's a book that I use that I love, but it is outdated. It's I just bought it on Amazon. I think it was like $30 or something. I'm not sure. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. No, I don't. But this Learning React was a good book. It's pretty nice as far as like design goes. You can tell there was a lot of thought into design, where sometimes you talk and you see like programming books and stuff and they're not designed very well. While I'm waiting for that, it's probably slow because of the streaming that I got going on here. Oops. You can just tell that a lot of it has just been thought of with design in mind, which is really, like I said, it's really nice. What else have I been up to? Oh, yesterday I went to my first like code meetup in where I live, Idaho Falls, which is really nice because you get to meet a lot of other people. They're all at different levels. But I did feel like there was definitely like a skills barrier. A lot of people were doing different things, and we couldn't really bring it to like, you know, a central thing that we could talk about. So I feel like a lot of people were lost there, and I was lost too. But we talked about, you know, transferring data packets and TCP requests and the Go language, but I couldn't see it. So I'll go to a few more, but I'm wondering, you know, how that's going to work. See if it gets any better. Hopefully get to present, because I want to present on topics that are more universal to whatever you're doing, whether you learn C# or Java or, you know, CSS and HTML. I want to talk about things that matter all the way around, such as finding good courses on Udemy, you know, great books, study tips, and personal branding, and why that's so important. So it was fun, actually. It's just nice to see people that do the same kind of stuff that you do, because it's kind of fragmented, especially here. There's not a lot of people. But I was talking to a guy that said, yeah, even in Texas where he was, there wasn't a lot of people doing web development. So it's hard to come across, you know, like-minded people or people who knew that skill. And it's really beneficial if you can, because like at work, I'm the only one that does that stuff, which is okay because I can do whatever I need to and I learn a lot. But I'd learn faster, at least I believe, if I had like a team to learn from, instead of just, you know, having to Google forever and try to find the answer. There's a lot of gotchas, but you know, these courses help too. Like I had a Squarespace course here. There was a gotcha with grabbing IDs, where IDs change randomly every time you refresh, which is frustrating because you can't select them to target different elements and style them. But the ones that have block before the ID, like the word block, those won't. Those will stay static. They won't, you know, change ID numbers. There's a huge gotcha, but I found out through the web design course with Squarespace. That's what happens. So I mean, it can be mitigated a little bit, but you know, I really need to know people who, and you should too. Well, let's see, what did I do at work? At work, I did a lot of stuff with forms now and posting data, get post requests, and you know, I know about them, but until like this point where I had to do like forms and a little bit of backside with Node.js and MongoDB, I didn't really think about that stuff too much. But just, you know, being constantly around it, stuff like this, stuff like MongoDB University. Here, I'll show you that. And actually, I really love MongoDB University. It's really good. It's like Udacity level courses. They have the same type of layout too. Like the actual like structure isn't that great. Let's see. University. Let me log in here. Like the structure is great. The courses are delivered nice, but the like how can I say it? Like the design, like how it tracks your progress, is not great. but it's okay. It's still overall a good way to learn MongoDB. So I enrolled in this course, and you have to. It's totally free, but you have to enroll in it at a certain time. Like it opens up May 30th. So I'm on week 3. I get to do a lot of this at work, but I have videos and homework, and it does take about the same amount of time that they say. I take a little bit longer because I haven't done database stuff before, but not too long. Like maybe an hour longer or an hour and a half at the most. When it says, hey, this is how long it takes. So you'll have all your courses here, and they talk about it, and you can see his hand on the screen. That's freaking sweet. You don't think it matters that much, but it makes a huge difference. It helps you pay attention. And that's been really fun for me, and I like doing it at work, and you can get a little more money that way. So yeah, if you have any questions, let's see. Oh, hey, what is it? Chonizi? I think I found how to do this. Hey. Yeah, cool. Okay, I'm learning a little bit at a time. So I apologize about the buffer if you're seeing that, but yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. I don't think I've seen you post on here before. But, glad you came spend some of your time with me. It's pretty fun here, but I don't know what to talk about. I was hoping that you'd have stuff. Have you tried Vue.js? No, but I've heard a ton about Vue. I mean, here's the thing, like with all these different types of libraries and stuff coming out, you have to just do your homework and choose one, in my opinion. Unless you have like a ton of background, in this stuff. You've been doing it for 5+ years. I've only been doing it for like a year and a half, realistically, because I took like 6 months off to do graphic design and social media. Totally worth it, but I don't have all that time to learn Angular 2, React, and Vue.js. So I decided to go with React. One of my good friends, he works in the tech industry in Phoenix, and he's telling me, hey, those are the things that we're looking for. So I decided to learn the MERN stack, which is a newer stack. And there's also the mean stack, which everyone's been talking about. But I just wanted to go with MERN because it's easier. It has a lower barrier to entry. The learning curve isn't that steep. And then everything else is the same, MongoDB, Express, and Node. So I learned all those first before React. Still learning React. So, hey, what's up? Is it Napan TR? I know my frame rate is low, man. So I'll type to you if you can't hear me. First time talking to doing this. I think next time I'll go to a coffee shop with a really fast connection. My speed here is just super shitty. No getting past it, but I appreciate you talking to me, let me know what's going on here. Do you have any questions? We talked about Vue.js there for a minute, but I think I kind of rambled on there. Basically, I haven't heard a lot about it. I know that it's kind of like the hot new thing, but I haven't seen too many people using it. Oh, excuse me, allergies. But I would just, if I were you, I'd just pick one thing and go with it. I chose React. It's still kind of newer compared to Angular, but that's what I chose. Become an expert in it. Still, I think Vue.js is a little bit too new, but I haven't done my research. So you do the research and you choose one. But I highly suggest you get really familiar with the core concepts in JS or JavaScript or ECMAScript or whatever you want to call it. That means ECMAScript, Next, or 2016. And then just like, the prototype chain, scopes, closures, callbacks, Git posts, like all those things really helped me out when I started learning Node.js. Because I knew, I know a little bit here and there. Do I have to know them, down pat? No. But I know, okay, this is a callback. Okay, this is a promise chain. This is how to do a class in JavaScript, but it's not really a class. It's just syntactic sugar. Those things matter. Like at work, I'm learning validation, or like Validator.js, I think it is. I just needed something to help validate forms on the front end. But I know, okay, these are JSON objects. I don't need to know the whole thing, but I know this is the structure that I need to do, and this is how an object looks like, and this is how I would program it, and that will tell, you know, the API to set these parameters. Cool. You know a little bit of JS, and you graduated, and you're going to start with the LAMP stack. That's some old school stuff. I'm totally giving you shit. No, LAMP is good. A lot of places are really on that older stuff, and I don't think it's going away. I know we all want to be on the hot new stuff, but I really think that it's going to be around for a long time. So yeah, good. And you know React. How long have you been doing React there? Chironzis? I'm gonna try my best with this, but I don't know how to say your name. I've been learning React for about, I don't know. I've been learning React for about a month and a half. It's been all a blur. Like over the last month and a half to 2 months, I've done MongoDB, Node, React, Express, just mashing them all together. And you know they're kind of hazy, but you put them together and learn about it. A cool way to put a online MongoDB database is through MLab. Let's take a look here. They give you a free dev account where you can access it. It's a really easy setup, but you can go here, and my connection is super low because my page load is super low because my connection is super low, so I apologize about that. I won't show you everything, but you can go here and set it up. And even if you don't know like Node or anything, you can do like an API request, like a AJAX request with post and get. It's not recommended, but if you want to play around with it and just start learning how to store data in the database, strongly suggest it. What site do you use to learn React.js? Dude, it's everywhere. I use the React tutorials from Facebook themselves. That's really good, but it's still hard to get used to. But there's like no one source. So here's a source that I used. They have docs and tutorials. This book, what is it called? It's outdated, but it still gives you the core concepts. It's gonna take forever to load, but I think it's called Learn React. Let's go back to the library here. Not now. It's Learning React, a hands-on tutorial. You bought a Udemy course on React, but I'll try Codecademy. Okay, yeah, I would try that too. I mean, it doesn't matter so much as long as it works for you and you know what's going on. But Learn React hands-on was a great introduction. I have Pro MERN here, but I haven't used it yet. I haven't looked at it at all. I've used, let me see if I have Udemy up here. Udemy, I'll show you my Udemy courses. But I've used Udemy, and that worked out a ton for me. Let's see here. This one, Learn and Understand React and Modern React with Redux. And then this one by Andrew Mead. It's, no, not the Node. The Node ones are alright. But Andrew Mead had a React course, and he said he's going to update it, but he hasn't yet, so don't buy it. It's outdated. It doesn't work. So yeah, these ones are good. Of course, never buy them at full price. Wait till they go on sale, because no one buys it at full price at Udemy. So that's what I used. Any other questions so far, like with React, or do you want to talk about MongoDB or MERN or this book that gets all the chicks on databases, or relational databases to be specific? It's there you go. Hold on, let me change to a different scene here. There we go. This book is pretty dope, actually. I'll just tell you about it. It's cute. If you don't like cute, like Japanese manga stuff, you don't want to get this book. But it's a nice little. You can see. It's a nice little refresher, or it's a nice little introduction to databases. And yeah, there's a lot of cartoon stuff on there, but they talk a lot about, relationships and rows and stuff. And it's not all like it's not all just this manga comic book stuff. There's other stuff, and there's exercises in there. Even SQL. I'll be honest, I didn't go through the SQL pages that much because I'm learning MongoDB. There's only so much I should stuff in my brain, especially if I'm not using it. But you know, here's some stuff here about it. You're learning Java in college. Oh yeah, I know a lot of places are like switching from Java to JavaScript. I think Stanford just switched to JavaScript for their introduction. I need 2 more semesters. I have a lot of learning to do. Oh, but you retracted that message. Now I look like a crazy person. That's alright, man. Java's good. As far as I know, a lot of stuff runs on Java. You can do Android development. Those smart fridges, my fridge isn't smart, but I'm just gonna pretend like it's there. Those run on Java. So if you ever watch Silicon Valley, where Guilfoyle hacks into Jin Yang's fridge, it's running on Java. At least I think it is. But a lot of that stuff runs on that. You bought Andrew's. Yeah, don't use it. Don't use what is it? Icaro? Don't use his courses right now. No, don't use his React course. His Node.js course is still good. I think he goes way too fast, but you gotta take stuff where you can get it, especially where it's all self-taught. So he's not the worst. It's just I don't feel like he's thorough. If you're gonna do anything like that, be sure to get a good book to go with it, at least. Should you start on it? Well, where are you at currently? Licaro. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stick with Icaro 187. That really depends. How far are you in your journey? Have you made any applications? Have you done anything? Oh, I should talk about learning too, about learning versus creating ratios, because it's pretty hard for me to find out how much you should be doing. I know a lot of people think that you should be creating, and I don't feel that way. I kind of have like the same philosophy as Kyle Simpson. Now that doesn't mean I'm as good as Kyle Simpson at all. For those of you who don't know who Kyle Simpson is, he's the guy who made the You Don't Know JS series. Really great guy, really great teacher, very opinionated, but he believes that you should really have a thorough understanding of what you're using, at least the core foundation, before you go on and learn a lot of stuff. And so I believe that you should have a core foundation of JavaScript and ECMAScript, 2016 and beyond, or those are interchangeable. For those of you who don't know, JavaScript and ECMAScript are the same thing. But you should really have a great understanding of those, and there's a ton of good free books out there. Let me see if I can pull them up. Maybe I can with the slow connection. Some good books. Eloquent JavaScript. Eloquent JavaScript is great to really get into those core concepts. The You Don't Know JS series, and you can just read that for free on GitHub. That's a good one to go through. And then does this book cover SQL? This is super delayed, so I assume you're talking about this book. It does cover SQL a little bit. But yeah, I would learn You Don't Know JS, Eloquent JavaScript. What else? Well, there's another one out there that I was looking at, like JavaScript design patterns. Yeah, there it is. And that's all free. And I want to say there was another one, but I'm not sure. But just going through those, and then when I was going through the Eloquent JavaScript book, I went on YouTube and searched a lot of these things that they were talking about that didn't make sense to me, or I didn't know too much about. And I just went on YouTube, searched Fun Function has a lot of good videos, and I watched his stuff. Or his name is MPJ. That's what he calls himself. It's his initials. I don't know what his actual name is. But watching those videos about those specific topics, like promises or the map function for an array, all those things really helped while you're doing it together. And then they usually have like problems or something that you need to go through. So I would just pull it up on my laptop or pull it up on my desktop and pull up Google Developer Tools, which you can do with F12 or like Command Shift I on the Mac, I think. And I would just take, whatever they were doing, and I would just do it here. So like var x equals this, var y. I mean, and this is like, just an example. So what is var y? This is like math round. Oh, I need to know the math round function. I'll just do it along with them. Y equals 201 because it rounds up. And these are just old functions that were saved in here. But actively doing it when you're there, it helps out a lot. eBook 777. Never heard of it, but I'll definitely give it a look. Free books for everyone. I will take a look at it because I've been buying my books like a sucker, giving everyone my money because they deserve it. Well, I don't know. I'll take a look at it. This is actually a good book now that we're here. Smarter Way to Learn JavaScript and Smarter Way to Learn jQuery. Those are books that are great for beginners. By Mark Myers. He was a professor, I think, at Harvard, and so he has a totally different way. He wasn't a programmer. He learned from an introductory, level and went up. So he's not a master by any means, but he's a master at teaching, and it shows in the way that he teaches. So get those. Those books are super cheap, and they really help you learn the nitty-gritty of just the syntax of JavaScript. And that's half the battle, is just learning that. Sharonzi says, I don't think it's legal though. So you've been warned. You didn't get the endorsement from me, so yeah, just that. I think I've been showing you all these books here, and I have to change the transition here. Let me show you again. Yeah, here. Mark Myers, A Smarter Way to Learn JavaScript, Smarter Way to Learn jQuery. Those are great books. If you ever see me not doing something, like just say, hey, I can't see what you're looking at. But there's the lag on here, so you're probably way behind me right now. Knockout.js, don't learn that. Don't need it anymore. But yeah, it's really fun stuff to go and learn in a book. I was away from books for a long time. I was just doing online courses, and going back, that's not the only way to learn. I feel like a course will help get you familiar with what you're doing, and it's really great to start out that way, because there's tons of gotchas. Like, how do I set up this project with React? You gotta know Webpack. You gotta have your folders for public and app.js and all this stuff, and the courses will just get you there and help set you up, where a book sometimes doesn't do a great job of that. It's more, this component does this, or this specific thing does that. So yeah, a lot of you are really into seems like front end. Well, I guess that's kind of what I do, huh? But has anyone used back end? Nippon TR says it's a shady site, so you've been warned. Yeah, if you have any questions, any other questions right now, let me know. It's been, 28 minutes, about 30 minutes here, so I'm thinking I should wrap this up. Do you like this format? Did it work for you? Should I do more of these, albeit with a faster internet speed? I'm sure next time I'll do it on my laptop somewhere public and just talk to you guys. Let me know, and I'll look at your comments here, and while we do that, I'll just tell you what I'm planning on doing for the near future. So I'm planning on actually using React.js to rebuild my personal website and then hosting it on Heroku. That's something I learned from Andrew Mead in his Node.js class. So, these courses are so good. Like I said, online courses are good. He helped walk me through the process of downloading Heroku, the Heroku command line interface, CLI, and then how to set up GitHub with Heroku to host your application. In fact, let me show you something that I just made. Well, let's see if it'll pull up here. So, yeah, trying to take all these components that I have and put them together, but it takes a long time. I know I said I was going to talk about, learning versus doing. I learn a lot more than I create. I know that sounds bad, but I gotta know how all these things work. I'm learning a lot of things at the same time, and I can't mess it up. Especially for stuff at work. I have got to make sure it works right. You know, I'm dealing with data and stuff. I'm not going to be rash and just go in there and this is what we're doing, because it's people's data, you know, and it's our livelihood. We have to be very serious. Like, I know, like, I have fun and stuff, and it's totally true. I have fun. I love what I do, but I also take my job seriously because I am a professional. And you should take yourself with that same type of seriousness when you're working for a company and thinking about some of these things when you are building your own applications. So here's a chat app. Here's a chat app that I made through Andrew Mead's course. Let's go ahead and open this app. For anyone that wants to try this, you can go to https://ricky-chat-app-herokuapp.com. And you can just put in your name here, like my name is Ricky, and then I can put in the name, like, always be learning. And this is done with JavaScript and Node.js and CSS, and most of this stuff was done for you, but you had to do the Node.js. So if you go here, you can put in your display name, and then put in that room name, and you can join this chat for anyone that wants to try that out. You know, and this is just an example of something I've done and things that I'm going to be doing going forward. But mostly it's going to be like mostly display things. I want to make a new website, but I don't want it to be multi-page. I want it to try to be like a single-page application. Because one, I don't have a ton of stuff I have to say about myself. Look at me, I'm awesome. And two, it's going to really help me put those skills to the test that I've learned and have something to use them for with a one-page application. So, you know, admin says welcome to the chat app. I can say hi, admin. The chat room is always _b_learning. You can go here whenever. But you would appear here, I would appear here, and you do this. Mostly it was just like, you know, code shadowing, just do what he does. I didn't know a ton of it, but that's how you learn, you know. If you think about it, I thought about this like, oh, I'm just mindlessly doing this. That happens in a lot of Japanese culture. You think about the sushi chef, they have to shadow forever under someone, or like the samurai or the black belt or whatever. So they have to do a lot of these repetitive motions, and they just have to follow. And that's the same thing you're doing here, so don't worry about it. You know, if you feel like I'm not learning, I'm just doing things. That's like half the battle, is just knowing syntax. Just because you know how something works doesn't mean you know how to write it out. You know, I know that I'm hungry. I don't know how to explain that in words. Well, I do, but you know, my child, if I had a small child or something. Windows or Mac? I prefer Windows. I've used it forever. It's what I know, but I know that Mac has an easier development setup. I think they're overpriced. I think that the operating system is great, but they suck as far as like price goes. And the gap is getting narrower with Windows 10 and stuff. Microsoft is really taking a step up. So I prefer Windows, and I just know so many things. And people are like, oh, but you have to learn how to do this, that. Well, with Bash, you can do a lot of those Linux commands, and you know, the same commands that you do on Apple or Linux through the terminal. But there are a few gotchas. Like if I use git bash, and I need to make like a JSON file, like npm init, like make a install, an npm package, it will hover on that last section that'll say, do you want to, let's just make one. Do you want to make a project here? You can't do it right here. But it'll ask, you know, are you sure you want to make this file? You hit yes or no, or just enter. You hit enter, it'll just linger there. So you have to close it out, but it did create it. So if I went ahead and did that in PowerShell, PowerShell looks pretty sweet, but I don't know how it works yet. But if you did that in PowerShell, you wouldn't get that, and it would go all the way through, and you could see everything. So just a FYI, I just, you know, there's little gotchas that you don't have to deal with as much in Mac. But I love my Windows. I got certified in Outlook and know all the programs here, and the Office programs are way better in Windows than they are for Apple. So yeah. Please put a link to the books and courses on Udemy. Thanks. Kite to surf? No. I'll go ahead and put that. I'll put that in later. Ah, look. Now Pan TR is here. Sup, brah? Because I'm like, you know, a 20-year-old guy from Jersey. pretty cool stuff. Mac is better in my opinion. I gave my Windows laptop away. I don't know what that means, but you gotta think of it this way. You can't buy a shitty Windows machine and expect it to compete with like a Mac. I can't buy a $600 laptop and expect it to compete with, you know, a $1,200 MacBook. Because one, the operating system is better, and usually the hardware is better too, and the design is more rugged. So I still spend a lot of money on my laptops, like $1,200 every time I get a new laptop, $1,200 or more. And then like this rig is built, but it's at least $1,500, and because I built it myself, there's a lot of good stuff in here. You know, 2 graphics cards, 2 GTX, I can't remember, 1920X graphics cards are kind of older, 32 gigabytes of RAM, you know, 3 hard drives. So I'm able to spend better money, but you have to know more about what you're doing. But yeah, as far as like programming, you know, I think that Mac does have a better, it's just plug and play, you know, and if I want to do iOS development, I can do it from there. Android, do it from there, you know, any of that stuff. So I agree with you on that point, but it's not worth the money for me, and I don't want to do app development. Not yet anyways. I'll never say never, but I really don't. I think it's going to migrate mostly to the web, and that's where I want to be. I'm on the web all the time, all the time on that YouTube's. So, yeah. It's been 36. We should wrap this up, but you guys got good questions. So, yeah. Napan sent a smiley face emoticon. Oh, Rabbit has joined. Who is Rabbit? Looks like he's gone now. Or my app broke. Hey, Rabbit. I don't know. We'll see. You know, because I was following along, so his name should appear on the left-hand side. For those of you were wondering, like, what's on this thing, it is... Oh, there he is again. I might have broken this app, so... You know, I've never tried it with more than 2 people. Nope, there he is. For those of you who don't know, this is done with Node.js, so... You know, it's cool. I don't know how it works. Rabbit keeps on joining. I'm here to... I can't say that out loud. But that's great. You know, I have to have some professionalism about me. This is a channel about web development, but also about personal development. But, you know, you do you, Rabbit. So yeah, let's see. Did you write the protocol to communicate in the app? Well, I wrote it, meaning I followed along with the tutorial. I cannot tell you what was in there because I didn't write it myself. But yeah, Mac is better. Smiley face, yes. We all love our Macs, except for me. That new iPad Pro, that looks like dog crap, dude. No, it looks... I mean, it looks nice, but it's just like, whoop-de-doo. It's the same stuff that you used before, so... Yeah, yeah, I think we're done here. Unless anyone has any questions that they want to ask. I can do questions. If you have some more, I'd love to answer them. Maybe. Who knows? If you're wondering why I'm looking over here, this is where I have my chat stuff. This is where I have the video stuff. Check it out. Here, I'll show you real quick. OBS. It's a cool little program. It's totally free. It's not hard to learn if you've done video production, I guess, and maybe a little bit of web development. It's not too hard. Look at that. Oh, the inception. So rabbit hole. I don't know if I'm using that word right. Twitter. What is my Twitter? I hate Twitter, to be honest, but I'll show you my Twitter. I have like a whopping 42 followers. Yeah, there it is. Richard Garcia ABL. Follow me. I don't really use that too much, but you know, there it is. I only use it to push videos too. Whoops! Don't look at that. That's my Facebook. Oh, and there's someone who goes, "Happy Father's Day." Thanks, Sam. Sam is someone I know from Starbucks. I go there so much that I know someone from the Pocatello, from the old place I lived, Starbucks. They were really nice to me. Tangent, but now you know. Any other questions other than Twitter? Yay, nay. Alright, well, we have 5 people watching. That is actually a lot more than I planned, so I appreciate you guys coming through, asking questions, talking with me. I hope you like this format. I'll try it, in the future. It's pretty easy, but, I don't know how well it's going to do, but, or if I have enough people, or if you guys like it. I have followed you since 33 subs, and I am amazed how quickly and dedicated you are on learning. Can you share with me how you do it without being burned out? It's like a muscle. My brain is a muscle. You see these guys that go to the gym every day and hit it hard. They do their cardio. They eat right. They do this stuff. That's the same with your brain. Like, I didn't believe it, but like that's the same thing. Like, you have to do it a little bit at a time, and you get better, and you have to take care of yourself. You have to sleep. You have to eat. Okay. I started eating a lot better since I got this job, and it's helped out tremendously. I lost about like 15 pounds, and that helped out. But doing it every little day, and then also not fighting with what you're learning about. You have to give yourself to the material. The material. Oh, Robert's such a sweetheart. The material is there, and you just have to learn it. And if it's not gelling, sometimes you need to stick it out, or you need to switch to a different way to do stuff, like a different resource. Who is Sam? Oh, Sam is a personal friend. Sorry, I should have gone into detail with that. It has nothing to do with YouTube. That's the thing with these live streams. It's a tangent thing. But yeah, okay. Focus. How do you do it without being burnt out? Eat right, sleep, get a little bit of exercise, get a lot if you can, and build up your stamina. Remember, it's just like building a muscle. It really is. And accepting the fact that you don't know it all, or that it might not make sense now, and how long it's going to take. There's all these courses: the ultimate guide to, the complete guide to, the easy way to. And I think a lot of people think that, oh, this is a one-stop shop. After I do this course, I know it. That's not true. No, you have to accept that. You have to just do it and then find another course. So like with React, I read one book, I did all the Facebook tutorials, and now I'm on 2 courses that are 24 hours long a piece. 24 to 26 hours. And then I'll be confident enough to start building up projects on my own. And that's okay. Node.js was a lot longer than that, and I had to learn more about the foundations, and I had to accept that, hey, it's going to take me like 250 hours, 300 hours before I feel comfortable going out there and creating stuff, because I don't know what I can do, I don't know how to do it, but then I can go there, and then you're still learning when you're building stuff, but I have a strong foundation. Shonesies. Hopefully you can hear this later. Again, Sam is a friend that I built over going to Starbucks in my hometown when I was learning web development. I really made strong friendships with the Starbucks staff when I was in Pocatello, and Sam's one of those people I made a strong friendship with, because I was just there 3 to 4 times a week for 2 to 4 hours a day learning web development. So that's who Sam is. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Unless, like I said, you have any other questions, let me know. But this has been fun for me. I hope it's been good for you, and I've been able to answer some of those questions. And I appreciate you sticking with me, even though I've been rambling on. We'll get better at this, and I'll get some more structured videos out there, whether they be vlogs or maybe a review on this database book. I think it's pretty sweet. All right, well, you guys have enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and if you haven't said Happy Father's Day, be sure to say Happy Father's Day to your fathers. See you next time.